We begin tonight with the latest on the legal challenges facing broadcast network ABS-CBN. The Office of the Solicitor General is asking the Supreme Court to grant a gag order on his quo warranto petition against the media giant. Marlene Alcaide with this report.
The Supreme Court on Tuesday received the Office of the Solicitor General's very urgent motion asking the High Court to issue a gag order against ABS-CBN. The order would prohibit parties and personalities or persons acting on the network's behalf from discussing the merits of the quo warranto petition filed against ABS-CBN's franchise.
The motion is basically asking the Supreme Court for the issuance of an order prohibiting both parties from engaging media and from issuing statements relative to the merits of the case.
Solicitor General Jose Calida alleged that ABS-CBN is engaged in propaganda to elicit public sympathy, sway public opinion, and influence the resolution of the case. Calida said this is a violation of the sub judice rule that restricts both parties of the case, witnesses, and the public, even lawyers and judges, to comment or reveal any information. In its motion, the Solgen enumerated instances when ABS-CBN allegedly violated the rule. Like in this video titled Quo Warranto Petition Laban sa ABS-CBN, Ano ang ibig sabihin? The video, which tackles the case, was posted online on February 14. Calida said it encourages unfair prejudgment. The Solgen also cited the pagbabalita ng DZMM binigyang pugay ng karaniwang Pilipino video. Calida said the interviews were conducted from a few students, eliciting from them biased answers in favor of the network. Another video he mentioned is the pagtatalakay ng quo warranto versus ABS-CBN sa Korte Sinimulan Na, which is a report on the network's defense for its KBO operations. The SC was able to tackle the issue during Tuesday's unbanked session and gave ABS-CBN 5 days to comment on the motion.
Siyempre kailangan pakinggan ng korte yung both sides bago sila mag-act on this matter.
Malacanang backs the Solgen's move, saying such order is necessary as the case is still pending.
Kasi parang nagiging emotional ang issue on this particular topic. It's much ado about nothing. It's not about press freedom.
Panelo notes, however, that lawmakers who will conduct the inquiry on the issue will likely be exempted. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
For some lawmakers, Calida's move for a gag order signals that it is not just about ABS-CBN's franchise that is under threat. House Deputy Minority Leader Carlos Zarate says stifling public discussion and debate about the matter would further shrink democratic space in the Philippines. Zarate told the Solicitor General, why file a harassment quo warranto if you can't take the heat? He said Congress should be allowed to do its job in considering petitions for renewals of franchises. For House Committee on Legislative Franchises Vice Chairman Jose Antonio C. Alvarado, the petition for a gag order could also affect the deliberations at the House of Representatives.
Ang hinihiling namin, maging tama tayo sa proseso, padaanin natin sa public hearing to, bigyan natin ng boses yung taong bayan na makialam dito sa issue ng pagbibigay ng prangkisa.
Si Alvarado also denied claims by Representative Edsel Lagman, who alleges that the House leadership is pressuring lawmakers to withdraw their support for a resolution urging action on the network's franchise bills.
Sa pagkakaalam ko kasi ako naman ay pinagkakatiwalaan ng ating mga kasama dito, ng marami sa ating mga kasama dito sa Kongreso, wala namang pinipressure sa usaping ganyan. Pero hindi natin alam sa side nila, baka naman may ilang nakausap sa side nila. Pero sa side ng majority ay walang pinipressure.
At the upper house of Congress, Senator Grace Poe wants to ensure that neither judicial processes nor foot-dragging at the House of Representatives will prevent the Senate from conducting their own hearings on ABS-CBN's franchise renewal. Mian Los Baños with this report.
No gag order will stop the Senate from hearing ABS-CBN's franchise renewal, well, at least according to Senator Grace Poe. Despite Solicitor General Jose Calida's request for a gag order against ABS-CBN and concerned personalities from speaking about the quo warranto petition, the lawmaker is hopeful that the High Court will recognize the Chamber's mandate to hear the media giant's franchise.
Katulad ng mga ibang jurisprudence na lumabas, makikita naman na pinanigan ng Korte Suprema ang Senado na ipagpatuloy ang kanilang pagdinig.
But Poe admits the latest development might cause resource persons to keep their mouths shut.
Sa aking spekulasyon, ayaw talaga nila na magsalita ang mga may kinalaman dito. Hindi ba paano natin malalaman ang katotohanan kung hindi makakapagsalita yung mga yon?
The Senate originally set the franchise hearing on February 27th, but with the gag order, Poe now wants to conduct it earlier.
Kailangan din kami gumawa ng hakbang para naman maprotektahan din yung aming layunin dito.
Senator Joel Villanueva also questions the gag order.
I don't see any reason for the gag order to be implemented. Yung ating karapatan para makapagpahayag ng ating damdamin ay napakataas yan.
But for Senator Bato de la Rosa, who admits to leaning on the president's side regarding the network's franchise, the Solgen may have basis in filing a gag order against ABS-CBN.
May basis din siya. Dahil pag talo ang gobyerno, pagdating dyan sa public opinion, dahil ibig sabihin, nasa inyo yung media. You can shape the public opinion anytime you want.
The cop-turned lawmaker also questions if there are indeed 11,000 workers in ABS-CBN who will be affected.
Regardless kung ilan yan, what is 11,000 compared to the whole Filipino nation na matagal na sinamantalahan ng isang kumpanya kung talaga ma-prove yan sa hearing na pinagsamantalahan ng sambayan ng Pilipino.
But for Senator Sonny Angara, whose wife works in the network, he is concerned with the thousands of workers that may lose their jobs.
We try to look beyond my wife and you think of the 11,000. When you take out 11,000 jobs from the economy, that's a problem, Problema yun.
Meanwhile, Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon believes that the SC cannot prohibit any person from appearing and testifying before congressional inquiries in aid of legislation. The petition, he says, cannot prevent the Senate from hearing the issues on ABS-CBN. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
More media groups are adding to the chorus of voices backing not just the renewal of the embattled media giant's franchise, but also the defense of press freedom in the country. The Philippine Movie Press Club urged Congress to consider the welfare of the thousands of employees at risk of losing their jobs in the network. Professional Artist Managers Incorporated, meanwhile, underscored how big of a loss ABS-CBN it would be to public service, stating how the network has provided relief during calamities and more so, a safe space for abused children. The Directors Guild of the Philippines says the quo warranto petition against the network might also curtail the crucial role of cinema in mirroring society's cultural ills. But it's not just male stakeholders in the media industry. 4 business groups are also calling on lawmakers to conduct a fair and timely consideration of ABS-CBN's franchise bills. They called on Congress to take serious account of the bedrock issues of media freedom and free enterprise.